Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class today. Our focus for today's class is 100% our shoulders. So we are not going to be focusing any sort of pain or pathology or anything like that today. What we're going to be doing is tackling stiffness. So if you're that person that maybe spends way too much time on their iPad or their phone, or way too much time driving, or way too much time on a computer and mouse, or maybe you spend way too much time weightlifting and doing too much overdevelopment of the front of your body and your upper trapezius. All of those individuals, this class is for you. So what you're going to need for class is pretty simple: a yoga mat, a yoga bolster, or something to sit on. You could certainly do the first portion of our class sitting in a chair if you wanted to. And then you need a yoga strap or some sort of belt. Doesn't necessarily have to be a yoga strap if you don't have one. And a hand towel. So have the hand towel near you. Have the yoga strap near you, because we're going to be using both of those in just a few minutes in sitting. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do for shoulder stiffness is check in with our breath. So what we want to do is make sure that we're initiating this class being able to do a diaphragmatic breath and not allowing ourselves to do a shoulder or a neck focused breath. So find yourself sitting on your bolster or whatever it is that you're sitting on. If you're on your bolster, have your sit bones about halfway in between, and then just kind of tuck or tilt your pelvis a couple times so that you can feel where your sit bones are. And then once you've found where your sit bones are, sit yourself up nice and tall, and then allow yourself from your hip joints just to hinge forward enough that you start to feel weight into your feet. So if you're sitting in a chair, you'll feel the weight go down into your feet. If you're sitting on a bolster or some sort of pillow or something, you'll feel the weight into the outside of your feet in a tailor sitting or easy pose. All right, now that you've got yourself in that position, let's take our hands, bring our hands to the center of our heart, kind of squeeze your palms together nice and tight. Take an inhale, lift your arms up overhead, hold your breath, and reach your palms to the ceiling. Then as you exhale, pull your elbows down out to the side, pull your pinkies back, start to fire up those muscles between your shoulder blades, and just hold there for a breath or two. So elbows are down to the side of your body. Pinkies are pulling backward. You may already feel tension if you're tight and stiff through your shoulders. Maybe your pinkies and hands are way forward if you're that stiff through your shoulders. Just try in this position to squeeze a little bit more between your shoulder blades. Take an inhale in and exhale out. One more breath. Nice deep inhale in and exhale out. Okay, now left hand, lay it on the chest. Right hand, lay it on the belly. So you've got that nice tall spine. You've got yourself with weight through your feet. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin here for me. And with your left hand on your chest, I want you to compress downward and inward. Hold that chest still. Don't let the muscles of your neck and your shoulders move. Allow yourself in that position to really be aware of the right hand on the top of the belly. And take a slow inhale into your belly. Left hand is still, right hand is moving. Then exhaling out. One more breath. Nice deep inhale in. And exhale out. All right, release your hands downward. Okay, so shoulder stiffness. The first thing we have to do with shoulder stiffness is we have to get our shoulder joints on axis to be able to stretch them. And we have to get our shoulder blades in the position that they are able to be connected with our rib cage. So if we're super tight through our neck and our traps, that's something that we need to start with loosening up. If our shoulder joints are used to being forward and internally rotated, we've got to get those shoulder joints ball in sockets before we stretch things out. So that's our beginning of our class. So take your yoga strap. yoga strap up and around the right side of your neck. So once you have the yoga strap up and around the right side of your neck, put that cotton strap on your skin. That's going to create enough traction to your myofascial tissues that you'll get a really nice, good gain in mobility here. Then strap around the hand in the front on the right, like you're wearing a sling. And then on the back, grab the strap and just hook it around your hand so that you don't have to use as much grip strength. You could just grab the strap if you like to. Okay, now that you've got yourself in this position, just slowly let your head come up and over that strap, like you're side bending your head to the right. Remember, your spine is still nice and tall, and there's still some weight into your feet. Now, take a deep inhale in, belly breath. As you exhale, pull that strap back. Pull all of the tissues of your neck and shoulder area backward. Hopefully you're feeling a burn as you have yourself in that position. That's all of those fascial tissues starting to let go and pull backward. Now, take an inhale, lift your head up. And then as you exhale, try to side bend your head over to the left. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhaling out, keep pulling back, keep feeling that beautiful burn. Belly breath, please. One more inhale in. And exhaling out. Now stay right where you are. Take your chin, take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, dive that chin down and into that left armpit. Oh, I know you feel that stretch and burn there. Now take a deep inhale in. Exhaling out. Remember belly breath, guys. See if you can tap into your nervous system here. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Inhale, bring the head back up. Exhale, relax that strap. Okay, so just switch the strap. So place the strap now up and over the left side of your neck. Again, being on skin is always preferred. Wrap the strap around the left hand in the front like you're holding a sling. Grab it in the back and wrap it around that right hand so you don't have to use as much grip strength. But again, you could totally just grab it if you wanted to. All right, get your strap in position. Allow yourself to drop your head up and over that strap. So it just shortens all the muscles so that we're getting the most ability to move all those tissues backward between the shoulder and the neck. So take a deep inhale, belly breath. As you exhale, pull that strap back, feel that stretch through all of those tissues of the left area of your neck and your shoulder. Now keep pulling backward. Let's move the neck now. So take an inhale, lift your head up, and then as you exhale, side bend over to the right. Holding right there, let's find that belly breath. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. One more time. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. All right, that chin, you're going to dive it into that armpit on the exhale. So take a deep inhale into your belly. As you exhale, dive that chin down. Feel that burn through the back of the left shoulder and neck. Holding right here, take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Slowly inhale, bringing your head back up. As you exhale, relax that strap. All right, that is all that we're using our strap for today. So go ahead and take your strap and just gently move it out of your way and grab your towel. So joints of our shoulders, oftentimes when our entire world is forward, they get off axis and pulled forward. That's when we deal with impingement syndrome, biceps tendonitis, maybe rotator cuff pathology, tendonitis, those types of issues. So take your hand towel and roll it into a nice, beautiful spa roll, like you see in these spas and really nice restaurants. So after you have your towel rolled up, take the towel roll and stick it up and in your right armpit. So what we are going to do is use the towel as a cantilever or a fulcrum to pull our ball out of our socket and then use those beautiful rotator cuff muscles to pull it back in. And as we pull and push and pull and push, it will recenter our ball and socket of our shoulder, nice and ready to get some good stretching on. So place your arm, your humerus, the length of your arm down the side of your body. I like to keep my arm bent so that I know if there's any internal or external rotation of your shoulder. So just kind of bend your elbow and place your hand like you're holding something in the palm of your hand. Then with your left hand, reach all the way up and over and grab the outside of your right elbow. All right, so in this position, if you've got a lot of breast tissue or you've got a really tight left shoulder, this already may be difficult to do. Just do the best that you can. Now, you're trying to, with your left hand, pull your right elbow into the side of your body. So there's that fulcruming of that ball of your socket outward. Then you're going to push your elbow outward into that hand. So that's the movement we're going to do. Okay, so pull that elbow inward for me. Take that ball out of that socket. Take an inhale and push that elbow out and away. As you exhale, pull that elbow back inward. 2 more breaths. Inhale, push it away. Rotator cuff muscle fires. Exhale, take that ball out of the socket. 1 more time for me. Inhale, push that elbow away. Then as you exhale, pull it in. All right, release it. Now, one little word about that. If as you're doing that, you're getting some sort of tingling in your hand, hello, you've got a big, gigantic brachial plexus up here in your armpit. Do it 2 or 3 breaths, not 10 or 20 breaths. You want to kind of keep your nervous system alive, right? Okay, so let's take that same towel up and into the left armpit now. Once you have it up and into the left armpit, have the humerus, your arm bone, running perpendicular or right next to the side of your body. I like to bend my elbow and have my palm upward so I know that I have no rotation in my shoulder joint. Right hand, reach up and over and grab the outside of the left elbow. Once you have yourself there, begin to pull the elbow inward, taking the ball out of the socket. Now, take that inhale, push outward with the elbow, rotator cuff fires. As you exhale, pull that elbow back in even more. 2 more times. Inhale, push that elbow outward. Exhale, pulling it back in. 1 more time. Inhale and pushing out. And exhaling, pulling it back in and then releasing it, letting the towel go. You are done with the towel. All right, so at this point, we've kind of opened up our neck and our shoulder girdle so that we've got the ability to stretch our shoulders. We've now taken our ball on socket and hopefully gotten it a little bit more centered and woke up the rotator cuffs, our stabilizers of our shoulders. So now let's get to stretching. So right hand, please take it onto your left shoulder, left hand underneath that right elbow. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Make sure you've got weight through your feet. Settle your shoulder blades down. Rest the entire right elbow into your left hand. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, pull that elbow across your body. Now be careful as you pull that elbow across your body. Your right shoulder doesn't hike up. You're not getting the stretch of the shoulder that you need if that happens. So keep that shoulder pulled back and down. Now let's find that diaphragmatic breath. Take a nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. 1 more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhaling out. Wonderful. Releasing that hand down, maybe a circle or 2 with that shoulder. And let's repeat it on the opposite side. Left hand, right shoulder, right hand underneath that left elbow. Once you have it there, relax the shoulder blades down. Let that left arm be heavy into that right hand. All right. Make sure you've got weight through your feet. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, pull that elbow across your body. Again, make sure that 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 shoulder does not hike up towards your ear. Intentionally use your shoulder blade muscles to keep it pulled down so that you are, in fact, stretching that posterior capsule of your shoulder. All right, 2 diaphragmatic breaths here. Nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. 1 more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Release that shoulder down. Give it a couple of circles. And let's move on to our triceps and our latissimus. So big, tight muscles underneath our shoulders, oftentimes dysfunctional with a lot of forward head or forward arm movement. So take your right arm, bring it straight out to the side of you, palm lifted, please. Take a nice deep inhale, lift the arm up into the air. And as you exhale, lower the palm all the way to the small of your upper back. Now, elbow is pointed upward here. Left arm, bring it out to the side of your body. Take an inhale, lift that arm up. And then as you exhale, grab a hold of that right elbow. Now, if you are tight in your latissimus, just to get to this position, you will extend and elevate your entire rib cage. So let's pull that down. Think about doing a sit up or a curl up right now. Pull your rib cage down. Okay. Now, allow yourself to keep your right elbow pointed upward. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin as much as you can here. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale with your left hand, pull your right elbow backward and inward a tiny amount. Feel the stretch in your triceps and your latissimus here. Now we're going to take it a step further. Keep that rib cage downward. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Now, as you exhale, side bend over to the left. I know you're feeling that because I certainly am. Okay, see if you can hold yourself right here. Deep inhale into the right armpit and side of your body. Exhaling out. One more breath. Deep inhaling in and exhaling out. Then inhaling, unside bend the body. Exhaling, relax the arms and give it some circles. All right, let's repeat it on the opposite side. Left arm out to the side of your body, palm lifted. Take an inhale, reach the arm up as you exhale, bend the elbow, place the palm into the small of your upper back. Right arm out to the side of your body. Take an inhale, reach it up overhead, and then as you exhale, grab that hand around that left elbow. Again, remember, if you're tight through your latissimus, all that happens right now is you lifted your rib cage upward or backward bent through your low back. So allow yourself here to take an inhale, and as you exhale, curl that rib cage under, tuck that tailbone under. You've got it. So keep yourself in that curl. Lengthen your neck and settle your chin as much as you can here. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale with your right hand, pull the left elbow backward and slightly inward. Okay, we're halfway there. Now keep that rib cage down, tailbone settled. Take a nice deep inhale here, lengthen through your spine. Then as you exhale, side bend over to the right. Yes, I know you feel that, and it is awesome. Hold yourself right here. Belly breath, please. Take a deep inhale into that side body and maybe even into that armpit. And exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Inhaling, bringing the rib cage upright. Exhaling, relaxing the arms down. And maybe some nice little shoulder circles. Okay, so allow yourself to transfer yourself forward off of the bolster. Take the bolster and rest it to the top of your yoga mat. So going back to those posterior shoulders, the area of our shoulder joints and our shoulder area that gets so tight with forward activity, let's stretch it one more time before we really begin to open up our arms and our chest. So gently allow yourself to lay down on your side, on your left shoulder. You could do your right shoulder first if you like. Rest your head on your bolster so that your neck is not in a side bending position. Now, in this position, take your knees and your hips and stack them up. Gently take your ankles and stack them and line them up with the side of your yoga mat. Okay, left arm is straight out in front of you, but check in that your right and your left shoulders are stacked one on top of the other. All right, this is in the physical therapy world called a sleeper stretch. Really, there is no pose in yoga that has a name that matches it, but heck, it's a therapeutic yoga class, so here we go. So take your left elbow, please, and bend your left elbow 90 degrees so that your left palm is pointed towards your knees. Then take your right hand and bring it up and over your left forearm. Now, you have to keep your left elbow in line with your left shoulder stacked in line with your right shoulder. So those are your alignment cues. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, very gently, very slowly, start to rotate your arm as the palm moves downward. Now, if you start to see your elbow sliding downward, actively bring it back upward and do about a quarter of the movement that you're doing because you're just blowing past your barrier. Wherever you get to, hold yourself right here. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Allow yourself to take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. One more time, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Then inhale, bring the arm up, and then as you exhale, drop that arm down. Nice and simple. All right, so we're here. Let's do a quick little chest opener before we switch to our opposite side. So now keep that left arm straight out in line with your shoulder. Take that right palm and place it on top of that left palm. Shoulders are stacked, knees are stacked. Now do me a favor, start to squeeze your knees together and hold your knees downward into your yoga mat, moving just your right arm and your head and your rib cage. Take an inhale, lift the right arm and head upward, and as you exhale, rotate that arm behind you as far as you can. Now, can you please check in? Your knees are touching, your knees are still in contact with your yoga mat. Your head is rotated backward, and oh, you're feeling a beautiful stretch in your chest. Now take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Inhale, bring the head, gaze, and arm back upward to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, head, gaze, and arm come back down on top of the left palm. All right, bend that left elbow, right hand onto the yoga mat. Take a nice deep inhale as you exhale. Push yourself up into a seated position. Flip 180 degrees and take your bolster with you. As you move over into right side lying or left side lying, depending on which one you did first at home, allow yourself to once again lay down onto your right shoulder. Bolster is supporting your head so that your head is not in an end range side bending position. In this position, stack your knees up with your hips, stack your ankles with the side of your yoga mat. Right arm, have the right arm so that it is straight out in alignment with your right shoulder. And then take your left shoulder and your right shoulder and stack them and align them. Now that you've done all of that, allow yourself to take that right elbow, bend it up, turn the palm towards the knees. Now keep that right elbow in alignment with your right shoulder. Left hand, bring it up and over to the top of the right forearm. Take a nice deep inhale. Then as you exhale, slowly start to bring that palmward downward towards your yoga mat. If your elbow drops, you have gone too far. Come back up, pull your elbow back up in line with your shoulder and do about 25% of the motion. You're just blowing past your barrier. You're not going to get the flexibility changes in your shoulder that you need and want. All right, let's do 2 belly breaths here. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. You've got it. And then inhale, unrotate that right shoulder. As you exhale, lower that arm out. Now take that left palm and place it on top of the right palm. Okay, it's all about making sure you're not in your low back here. So keep those knees together, keep the knees in contact with your yoga mat. Move the gaze, the head, and the arm together. So take an inhale, lift the left arm upward towards the ceiling, gaze and head. And as you exhale, rotate that arm backward. Can you please check in that your knees are together and your knees are in contact with your yoga mat? Gaze is back and behind you, and I hope you're feeling a beautiful stretch through your chest. Now let's do a belly breath here, please. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. One more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Inhaling, lifting the arm all the way upward. And as you exhale, dropping that arm down in front of you. Beautiful. All right, bend up that left elbow. Take that right hand, place it onto the yoga mat. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, push yourself up. Take your bolster, move it to the side of your yoga mat. All right, now bring yourself up into hands and knees, please. As you're making your way to hands and knees, check in that your knees are hip distance apart. Go back and look at those feet and make sure that they line up with your knees. Hips stack up with the knees. Take those hands, walk them so that your wrists and elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Index fingers, point them forward, thumbs, spread them on inward. Okay, let's go through 3 cat-cows here. So make your focus of your cat-cows today between your shoulder blades. Think about that as you're squeezing and pushing them away. So take an inhale, sink your belly, lift your tailbone, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift that chest and neck, lengthen that gaze and look upward. Then as you exhale, abdomen, tuck it in, tailbone under, spread those shoulder blades, lengthen the neck, chin to chest, gaze to your belly button. Inhale, allow the belly to sink, really squeeze through the shoulder blades, lengthen that neck and look upward. Then as you exhale, push those shoulder blades away. Everything else is happening as you curl. Take that chin and bring it to your chest. One more time. Inhaling, squeezing, 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 lengthening that neck and looking upward. And exhaling, curling, curling, curling under, spread through those shoulder blades. Now, slowly sit yourself back into a child's pose. As you're sitting yourself back into the child's pose, get your sit bones to line up with your ankle bones or heel bones. Once you got yourself there, belly onto thighs, chest onto knees. Soften the elbows and slowly let the crown of the head come down to the floor. Beautiful. Now, allow yourself here to take a nice deep inhale into your belly. Then exhaling outward. One more nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling outward. Excellent. Slowly bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees. So we are going to tackle those latissimus muscles again, one of the tightest muscles usually of our shoulder girdle. So what I want you to do from your hands and knee position right now is take your right hand and reach your right hand up as high as you can to the left side of your yoga mat without any other part of your body moving. Wherever that is, lay that hand down. Now, you may already feel a stretch through the right side of your body, but we're going to make it count and a little bit more. The next thing I want you to do is walk that left hand a little bit over to the left side of your yoga mat so that you've got a little wiggle room to rest your head downward. Then take it to your feet and take your feet and side bend your trunk by taking your feet over to the left side of your yoga mat. I bet you feel your latissimus muscle now, huh? Mostly in your low back. Now let's add the shoulder and armpit component. In this position, take an inhale and on your exhale, spread your shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone under. Now sit back as much as you can. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, let your head fall towards that left hand and elbow. Now feel the traction of your right hand as you're sitting backward. Keep that tailbone tucked under. Find that belly breath now. Nice deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling outward. One more time. Nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling outward. Excellent. Inhale, coming back up. Take the feet back to the center position. Take the right hand underneath the right shoulder, left hand underneath the left shoulder. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, curl your shoulder blades,
Sit yourself back into child's pose. Sit bones onto heel bones, belly, thigh, chest, knees. Gently drop your elbows so that the crown of the head rests down towards the floor. 2 more breaths here. So take a nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Beautiful. Now bring yourself back up into hands and knees, repeating on the opposite side. So keep your body, your rib cage, everything still. Simply take your left arm, lift it up, and reach it as high to the right side of your yoga mat as you can. Try not to reach forward and move the position of your hips or your body. Okay, once you have it there, keep it there. Simply walk your right arm out a little bit so you don't get any impingement in that right shoulder. Now let's move our feet. So take your feet, and in order to side bend your trunk and your body, take your feet over to the right side of your yoga mat. You should already feel the low back component of your latissimus. Now let's make it a shoulder stretch. So take an inhale. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, spread your shoulder blades, push yourself back using your right arm, gently soften your head and let it drop. Feel that traction of your left hand onto your yoga mat and that stretch through the bottom side of your armpit and rib cage. Belly breath, please. Keep the tailbone tucked under. Nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Slow deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Wonderful. Inhaling, come back up. Walk the left hand back to underneath the left shoulder. Right hand back to underneath the right shoulder. Unrotate the legs so they're back into their standard position. All right. So we're going into downward dog now. So make sure that if you're at the bottom of your yoga mat, you'll have enough weight or space for your foot to touch your yoga mat. If your toes are right to the very edge of your yoga mat, maybe just walk yourself up a little tiny bit, but check in that you have not lost the alignment between your hips and knees, your elbows, shoulders, and your wrists. Once you've got yourself there, really take a moment to look at your index fingers and thumbs. Those are the weight-bearing components of your arm. So you want to make sure that the index finger is pointed forward. Those thumbs, spread them in nice and deeply. Now start to push into those index fingers and thumbs so that you can feel where the weight bearing should go into your hands. Your toes, turn them under. Then allow yourself to take an inhale, lift your knees upward. As you exhale, use the strength of your arms to push your hips backward, but keep your knees bent right now. Now, make sure that you've got your rib cage turned under a little bit. So it's like you're doing a little bit of an abdominal curl. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze back at your feet, please. Now take an inhale, straighten through the knees, lift the tailbone, and as you exhale, drop your heels downward towards the floor. Okay, so yes, there is a lower extremity component to this, but I want you to focus on your arm flexibility. So allow yourself in this position, weight bearing into your index fingers and thumbs, to pull your rib cage and your chest towards the yoga mat. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly, exhaling outward. Deep inhale in and exhaling here. Wonderful. Inhale, bend your knees, weight shift back into your hands. Exhale, drop your knees down to your yoga mat. Drop the tops of your feet onto the yoga mat. Take an inhale, sink your belly, lift your tailbone, squeeze your shoulder blades, lengthen your neck, and look upward for cow pose. Exhale, pull your abdomen in, tuck your tailbone, spread your shoulder blades, lengthen your neck, chin to your chest. Slowly push yourself back into child's pose. Well, that was fun. Definitely our shoulders felt that, I hope. I'm sure many of you also felt that through your glutes and hamstrings. Allow yourself to get into your beautiful child's pose and then gently soften the elbows. Gently take that crown of the head down to the floor. Now take a deep inhale into your belly here. Exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Slowly push yourself up into a kneeling position. Allow yourself to turn on your yoga mat and find yourself back onto your left side. Now we're going back into left side laying. If you have a not so healthy neck, right? See that towel that's somewhere around your yoga mat right now? Grab that towel so you'll be able to support it underneath your head. If you've got a healthy neck, shouldn't be a problem for what we're doing next. Now, as you're laying down, make sure you've got lots of room up and around your yoga mat because we are going to do something really fun called an arm circle. So knees are stacked, ankles are lined up with the side of your yoga mat. Slowly lower yourself down onto your left shoulder. Again, that towel, you can rest it underneath your head right now if you need it. Can't use the bolster because the bolster is going to get in your way, but you can certainly support your head with a towel or something if you need to. Now, in this position, this left arm has a very, very important job. Today, what you're going to do with that left arm is grab the top side of that right thigh. And that left hand and thigh are keeping the knees, the thighs, and everything in contact with your yoga mat. Then allow your right hand to come onto the floor in front of you. Okay, an arm circle. Let me talk you through it one time, and then we're going to perform it 3 times. So it's nice and simple. You start with your palm downward. Your gaze and your neck go with your hand. So you're going to move your arm upward. When you get to the point that your arm touches your cheek or your ear, you're going to turn your palm upward and pull your shoulder blade downward. Then, keeping those knees in contact, you're going to rotate your arm all the way behind you until you hit your bottom, and then come back over and start it all over again. All right, so let's do it 3 times, and we're even going to try to do breathing with it. So let's just give it a try, guys. Knees are together. Allow yourself to start with your palm down in front of you. Nice, slow, deep inhale. Bring the arm and gaze up. Rotate the arm, shoulder blade back as you hold your breath. And as you exhale, rotate that arm all the way behind you. 2 more times. I know you can do it. Arm in front of you. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Hold your breath, turn the palm, pull the shoulder blade back and down. Exhale, rotate that arm all the way behind you. Last time, arm in front. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Arm comes to the cheek or ear. Rotate that arm, pull the shoulder blade down. Exhale, come all the way behind you. Wonderful job, guys. Right hand to the floor, left elbow to the floor. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, push yourself up. Rotate yourself 180 degrees on your yoga mat. We're getting there. Okay, so again, on this side, check in that there's nothing in your way as you're about to do your arm circles. Knees, stack them up one another. Ankles, line them up with the side of your yoga mat. Rest yourself down onto your right side. Rest your head down, use a towel or something small underneath. A bolster is just a little too big for you because it'll be in the way of your arm circle. Now remember, this bottom arm has a very, very important function. It has to hold that top thigh, knees against one another so that you do not harm or get too deep into your low back. So hold all of this stable and still, and let's make it about our shoulder stiffness, right? So rest your head down, left arm starts in front. Let me do one with you so that you know what you're doing before we add the breathing. So you're going to bring your arm up overhead. Once your arm gets towards your cheek or your ear, you rotate your palm upward, shoulder blade downward. Then you continue the rotation all the way behind until you get to your bottom. Knees never lift up off of the floor. Come back to the starting. Let's do 3 times. Here we go. Inhaling, lifting up overhead. Hold your breath. Rotate the arm and shoulder blade downward. Exhale, come all the way behind you. Arm up and over. 2 more times. Inhaling, lifting up overhead. Turn that palm and rotate that shoulder blade downward as you hold your breath. Now exhale, come all the way behind you. Last time. Arm starts in front. Inhale all the way up overhead. Hold your breath. Turn the palm, shoulder blade back and down, and rotate that arm all the way behind you. You did it. Good job. All right. Slowly roll yourself over onto your back. Once you get over onto your back, find your pelvis in a nice, comfortable position in the center of your yoga mat. Maybe do a tuck or tilt to feel like you're in a comfortable position. Roll those shoulder blades underneath you. Allow yourself in this position to have your knees bent, feet flat for a moment. Take a nice deep inhale, bring the right knee to your chest, and as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Deep inhale into your belly, and exhaling out. One more time. Deep inhale into the belly, and exhaling out. All right, left knee, bring it on up. Both knees to your chest here, hands around both shin bones or thigh bones. Take a deep inhale in. Exhaling out. One more time, belly breath, please. Inhale in. And exhaling out. Drop the right foot back down, knee stays bent, both hands around the left shin bone. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhale out. Wonderful. Drop the left foot down. Once the left foot hits the mat, slide the leg all the way down the mat. Take the right foot on top of the left thigh, left hand to the right knee, right hand out to the side of the body. Take a nice deep inhale here. Then on the exhale, start to pull that right knee over to the left. Pelvis lifts, low back lifts, rib cage lifts. Right shoulder blade stays down onto your yoga mat. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Turn your gaze all the way to the right side here. Nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Unrotate that head. Start at your right shoulder blade. Slowly derotate rib cage, low back, pelvis. Place the right foot on the floor. Slide the left leg up. Slide the right leg down. Left foot onto the right thigh. Right hand to the outside of that left knee. Left hand out to the side of the body. Lengthen here. Take a deep inhale in as you exhale. Rotating as the left knee comes to the right. Pelvis lifts, low back lifts, rib cage lifts. Left shoulder blade stays engaged on the yoga mat. Lengthen the neck, settle the chin, turn your gaze towards your left hand here. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Inhale as you bring your head all the way back up. And then as you exhale, start to slowly derotate rib cage, low back, pelvis. Until the pelvis meets the floor, then let the left foot come back onto the floor. Slide the right leg up, feeling any bit of compression through your low back right now. Feel free to bring your knees back to your chest for one little hug. Take a deep inhale into your belly and then exhaling out. Place your feet back onto the floor. Allow yourself to slide the legs down to the corners of your mat. Get yourself in a nice, beautiful, resting, comfortable position. Check in, please, with these beautifully open shoulders you have today, that you have those shoulder blades underneath you. Then simply straighten your elbows, palms lifted, resting your arms out and down beside you. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, take your tongue, rest it to the roof of the mouth, and then gently close your eyes. Now, obviously, today's class was a shoulder stiffness class, but we opened our hearts today. So if you're feeling either a little bit more vulnerable through your heart today, and that makes you a bit emotional, just let it be. It's a good thing. If on the flip side, opening up through your heart makes you joyous,
and happy and kind. Go with it. Enjoy the flow of that moment and work on your shoulders more. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly here. And then exhaling out. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and do some circles with your wrists, your ankles. When you feel like you're ready, get ready to slide those legs up one at a time, please. And then bending those elbows as you find yourself laying on your right or your left side. Just rest there for a moment, a breath or two. And when you feel like you're ready, using your bottom elbow and your top hand, push yourself up into a seated position, finding yourself pretty much where we began, in easy pose. Place your hands to the center of your heart and put a big smile on your face. Relax your shoulder blades down. Feel that opening, that length that we all need through our shoulders. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.